Hello, I'm EnterElysium, welcome back to BATTLEFLEET GOTHIC ARMADA 2. We're playing the Imperial campaign, and we're going to do something very dangerous. I think we're going to dive into Obsidian Depths, which might result in us getting our ass kicked, because they're going to outnumber us by about 50% on points. It's ultimately going to come down to if we use our torpedoes right, if the game is going to be a cruiser clash or going to be defenses with Conquest, what the composition of the enemy fleet is. If it looks like it's going to be too tough, I am perfectly happy doing a bit of the fight, killing off some ships, and leaving. This is not something that I'm going to be set on as a win, we take the system. This is something we're going to go in, we're going to, explore the waters. We're not calling this a, we need to go and we need to win. We're calling this a, we need to go in and we need to see what the case is. We could delay a turn. I don't think delaying a turn is going to get us anything. It certainly will get us another fleet. And we can't reinforce with anything more than escorts here, so we're actually going to do it. I might regret this, but we're going to go in. Down here, we'll want to move the Space Marines in to be able to interdict this Eldar force. We're going to need to give you escorts so we can do that another turn. Over in the Agrippina sector, we are being attacked by 800. We have the forces to withstand that. We can increase them. There is room in these fleets to make them a bit tougher. I'm not gonna, on the basis of I'd like to invest. This is the one chance I think we're okay. We're going to invest in a Forge World. That will increase our resource rate by 40. We're currently making 212. I'd like to spend a couple of turns ideally investing that back into Agrippina. There are a few things there that will pay off within 10 turns. If not, straight up, bulk our fleets out, maybe get an extra fleet. We're going to need it in the Agrippina sector. We're going to need 3 active fleets here. I think we're going to need 2 in Cadia and 1 up in Nemesis Tessera. Currently, we do have 6 fleets. 2 are up in Nemesis Tessera. One of those is barely a fleet. It's a light cruiser and an escort, or light cruiser and 2 escorts. It's not really a fleet. We're going to need to bulk out those. Or we leave that as a light fleet and we get an extra Imperial fleet. Maybe Astartes. I'm thinking Imperial. Right. Let's do it. Let's launch that battle. Okay, actually they outmass us by almost twice as much in points. We could just leave this again. Yeah, I'm going to retreat. Oh no, what? We lost a full-on cruiser? Oh, you're joking. Well, this didn't go well. This went very, very poorly. Very poorly. So poorly. We lost a cruiser. That's an entire turn's worth of resources. That is not good. That's 1,500 Chaos Force. Goddamn, lost in the warp. I think it's a bit unfair. Like, I understand the concept behind it is once you've committed yourself to a battle, you should fight the battle or you should suffer the consequences, but... Ow. I think the damage that you can have that's quite common is enough to threaten your ship with, okay, your ship could straight up get killed by that damage if you're already damaged. Losing a full health Gothic cruiser? Ugh, not sure I'm a fan of that. Either way, we're going to take this fight. The 8th Night Lords. Okay. The faction I'm actually most worried about at the moment is the Necrons. They're very strong in the Agrippina sector. And I think they're one of the ones that we have a lot of trouble against without having Space Marines just go nuts on boarding or something like that. Alright, turn on the God Rays for that shot. And... Cruiser Clash. Sure, that's fine. Okay, Spire, followed by Cambria, so we've got double cannons there. We've got you... 4, 5, and then make you 6. So that's fighters, fighters, torpedoes, fighters, torpedoes. Okay. I think we'll deploy... I don't want to deploy near that gas field. Chaos being at range means that they're going to take advantage of having a gas field to hide in. I think I'd rather fight, ideally around here, but those bits of debris are going to be annoying, so we'll have to fight along here. And I want you all to go nice and close. I'm actually going to make you 9s to begin with the Nova cannons being much better at, you know, a decent range. If you're getting too close, can't use our Nova cannons properly. If they want to come directly at us, so they have to go around all these debris. Actually going to just slow down. Yeah. Come at me, bro.
Engage electromagnetic baffles.
Only 3 ships. That means that they're going to be pretty tough. I'm estimating at least 1 battle cruiser. Oh, hello. Okay, more ships than that. Yeah, just going to wait. Oh, whoops.
Fury interceptors in flight. Course engaged.
Okay, torpedoes away. If these are escorts, the Nova Cannon will do some serious damage. If they're not escorts, it's a bit of a waste. Can you ping out to there? Right, this is where it's going to get complicated. I want you to start moving. I'm going to get ready to ping. I want you, non-Nova cannons, to also start moving.
Course engaged. We serve.
Right, you marked me. That means I can mark you. There we go. Okay, that is definitely worth sending up a load of Nova cannons for. Oh, no, not a micro warp jump.
State your order.
Right. Freeze them in place, ideally. Yeah, if they can just get captured by this... Oh, come on! I think they're going to get out. Right, you need to dash away.
Setting course. We serve.
Right. Nova Cannon. Nova Cannon. Double Nova Cannon! Oh, there we go. 4 escorts gone. Good start. Really good start. Very happy about that.
With matchless efficiency.
They are swinging this way with what looks like 2 Hellbringers and some sort of cruiser.
We wait your command. Underway. Starhawks engaging.
There's a lot of firepower coming for you.
Machine spirit appeased.
I'm actually just going to brace you. Move you around the back of the fleet. What are you? Murder class cruiser. Okay.
Aye, Admiral.
That torpedo's going to miss. That was not good.
Collision protocols active.
Right. Plasma bomb. We're going to use... oh, hello.
Sighted.
Assault on you.
Assault boats on their way.
Yeah. 2 Hellbringers.
Ship ready.
We'll send a bomber out for you.
Starhawks engaging.
And get rid of the Nova Cannons. Ram.
Enemy sighted.
Repair.
Holy Omnissiah, heal thy wounded.
Good work there.
Ship
Very happy with that outcome. Come on. Nova Cannon up.
Aye, Admiral.
I don't think we want to board you.
Aye, Admiral. Enemy sighted. We serve.
Right. Switch to lock on.
On targets.
I want to board you because you're going to be weaker to boarding.
Ship ready.
Right, we'll stasis bomb. Oh dear. Ow. Ow. Right, push back, push back.
Firing new vector.
That's just unfair. I'm the one who does the ramming, not you.
Enemy sighted.
Whoa, what just blew up? Was that one of mine? Something.
We serve. Cruising speed set.
Don't think it's one of mine. Right, you two.
Your orders.
Nova Cannon is almost ready. Oh, you want to not get in there.
Serve the Omnissiah. Starhawks engaging. Rouse the engines to fury.
Oh, that's pretty. Right, bubble.
We wait your command.
Plasma bomb, that one.
State your
Nova
order.
Cannon. Try go for both. Don't think we'll get it. Bombers on you.
Starhawks engaging.
Assault you.
Shark assault boats on their way.
Assault, assault.
Machine spirit appeased.
Assault.
Severe damage to their corrupted machine.
Good. That's good damage.
Your orders?
And I think we'll do a torpedo run on you as well.
Engaging.
Oh, good torpedoes.
Your orders?
Right, drifting Hulk.
Strike successful. Machine spirit appeased. We serve.
Boom. Very nice.
Aye, Admiral. Focusing war sight.
And plasma bomb.
State your order.
Oh dear. Oh! We killed it. That was the one was going to detonate next to us. I was about to get absolutely murdered by it, but we managed to survive. I saw that way too late. Right. Solid win. Renown. Blech. I want to get my Grand Cruisers. I don't have much knowledge of Grand Cruisers because they weren't in the base Battlefleet Gothic game. I know the Battlefleet Gothic game, the base stuff, pretty well, but the Grand Cruisers are introduced later. And I know a lot of people swear by them, so... Are you attacking in 2 turns as well? Okay, at least it'll make you weaker here, but still... Really? You're attacking in 2... Oh, in 2 turns I have to face Necrons and Chaos? You're joking. That's ridiculous. I can't assault the Obsidian Depths. I think we just have to leave a fleet here. Maybe even 2 fleets. We know we've got Eldar here in a turn. So we're gonna have to give you some escorts. You've not got room for escorts, you do. Couple of Novas. There we go. Oh, that only leaves us 77. You know what? I'm going to try and do it with only one escort. Yeah, I'm going to try and do it with just one escort. I know it's going to be a bit risky, but I want to spend money actually upgrading our systems. EnterElysium. That's a good, strong name. I approve of the name. However, you are going to be Elysium, I guess. Fair enough. We'll take this fight. I'm thinking we're going to end up having to battle plan to delay. Oh, I can't battle plan to delay you. Oh, I've got to fight you back to back. This is the worst. This is the worst. You know, I was saying that we might end up upgrading our stuff. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Hell, I'm not sure if we're actually going to do this. I might have to, what, 1, 2... I'm going to have to move you back. We're going to need 3 fleets for this. Especially after dealing with that. We'll buy a space station. I was gonna do the upgrades, but we've got to do this. The problem is right now is we are losing money at the same rate we're making it. I know it says up there we're making 222, but in general we're losing about a light cruiser every turn, maybe a little bit less than that. You know, maybe it's only 100 points a turn. So we're actually really only making half of that. This was the exact thing I was hoping wouldn't happen. We needed time to make the Agrippina sector strong, and now we're having to fight an 800 and an 800 back to back. I really wish they moved at the same time and just made it a 3-way fight, and I'd be like, cool, a 3-way fight. You just jump in, have a fight. You know, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna sit on my edge of the board. It isn't though, because they move separately, which is actually a real disadvantage for the defender. Oh, right. Okay. Kind of wish I could see the fleet composition for these guys. There's a lot of space here. We need that escort vessel, so we're going with the 13th Ultramarines. Oh my god. This episode, just losing a Gothic cruiser, that's bad. That's bad. And then double attack on us in Agrippina. That's so bad. I think it all comes down to Nemesis Tessera. If we'd had the battle plans to attack immediately, rather than having spent them, we'd be fine. But of course I spent them, not knowing that, oh, they're going to be used to unlock this thing. And that's where the cock-up started. I'll make you 3, you 4, you 5. No capture points or anything, which means they'll be coming directly at me, which I'm okay with. I want to go straight down the middle of the map and try and force them to battle against the map edge. Boink. Knock the debris out the way. That's a pretty powerful image. Yeah, the might of the Imperium. Is it just as... No, it's darker on the other side. Okay. When taking screenshots, you have to screenshot them from the direction of the light. You know, standard photography 101.
Standard speed engaged. Full speed. Where shall we strike?
I think everyone's actually just going to want to go on brace for impact. We should be seeing them any second now. There we go.
That is impossible.
Here we go. Okay. You turn. Don't get involved in this.
Show us the enemy. We stand ready.
The rest of you, full speed ahead. I want you to plasma bomb that one. Actually, no, you've just done that reverse maneuver. Plasma bomb you. Auger Disruption. And I want you to be able to spin around and fire those boarding torpedoes.
Where shall we strike? Full speed. Enemy in sight. I am listening.
Right. Renown of the Chapter, malarkey. One assault in. We'll use a load of lightning strikes to try and take you down. Right, you're down on red. Drifting Hulk. Sweet. Okay, you've been drifting hulked.
We stand ready.
You, I'm gonna get to just boost out of the combat area for a little bit. You're getting hit way too heavily, and you are a light cruiser. Gotta be careful they don't detonate that drifting Hulk.
Launch Thunderhawks. I am listening.
There we go. They're detonating it.
All power to engines. Give us purpose.
Hi there.
Where shall we strike? Obliterate that target. Enemy in sight.
Okay, maybe don't do that. Right, send some boarding things against you. Who is the torpedo person? You are. Boarding torpedoes.
We stand ready.
Okay.
Stealth approach.
Oh damn, deck damaged.
I am listening.
You know what?
Show us the
You two, try and burn forwards into the side.
to where we are needed.
If we can pincer them in.
Our rock cannot be denied.
Ah, damn.
Where shall we strike? Give us purpose. shall we strike?
Are we in range? Almost. And if we can just bring up our normal boarding. Come on. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
Your command.
Yes. Our normal boarding action will work.
Batteries, fire! Show us the enemy. We stand ready.
Generator damage, sail damaged. There's another enemy up here. Drifting Hulk. We're very careful here. You've got no maneuver gauge.
Obliterate that target. Underway. Feel our might. Enemy in sight.
I think we'll also want everyone to go onto lock-on stance.
Launch Thunderhawks.
There we go. They're doing it.
Where shall we strike?
All stop.
Halt! Advance!
Boom.
Enemy in sight.
Nice. Good job, everyone.
Give us purpose. I am listening.
Where are you?
Show
Ping.
us the enemy.
I am listening. Teleport attack successful.
Nah, those torpedoes are a massive miss.
All power to engines.
Hi there.
That is impossible.
Launch Thunderhawks.
There we go. That was a pretty decisive win. We didn't really take any major damage. Major damage? Now we've veteraned you. Now we're around, got a battle plan. Oh, for God's sake. 3 turns versus Nemesis Tessera. I don't know how to go on the offensive. I don't have the time, or the points, or the forces to go on the offensive, but we have to. Okay. In theory, we could get you over here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could get a 3rd Imperial fleet. That might be a smart move. We have 3 battle plans. We could delay this attack by 3 turns. I think that's probably something we're going to end up doing. It's a bit of a waste of battle plans, but they need to be spent. That's 2 turns until we attack. We're going to need both of our Space Marines over here. There's no question about this. The only question is whether we reinforce them or not. That's something we can deal with next turn, though. I think we have to bring you down here. as galling as it might be, I don't think we've got a choice. The only question in my mind is, do we buy defenses? Or do we... I mean, hell, we could try and get an upgrade in, right? We could get a couple of upgrades going. You know, Psychic Shroud here, delays all attacks an extra turn. We don't want this, actually, because delaying an attack here one turn does not make a huge difference. It's actually going to cause problems for... Actually, will it? If you deal with this attack this turn... it's next turn. Could you make 3 turns? 1, 2... Yeah, if we delay the attack in Nemesis Tessera... Okay, here's my vague plan right now. It's very vague. It completely could get destroyed. If they attack us in the next 2 turns, which I call 50-50, we're going to be in a deep pile of trouble. But what we could do is we take this fight now. Just standard... Take the fight, try and win in 2 turns' time. Delay the attack in Nemesis Tessera. Delay the attack here a turn. And that will also have put money into a Hive World, which will start generating back. That will generate itself back in 7 turns' time. But are we better off just owning this and just saying, like, sod it, I'm taking the fight? I think we have to say, sod it, I'm taking the fight. I really don't want to. I really don't want to. But I don't think there's any other option. Okay. I'd like to get an Armageddon. Can't quite fit it in with the point cost. Could go for a Dictator. It has the bays. To be very bay heavy. Oh no, we can't go for a... Tell a lie. Can't even get a Dominator in. Dominator was one I was thinking about. Pure macro weapons and a Nova Cannon. Tyrant. Plasma. Macro. Torpedo. Or could go for a standard Lunar. Or hell, the Gothic. I am liking the torpedoes. I've been a bit of a fan of those recently. 6 torpedoes. I think they're both 6 torpedoes. Yeah. I really don't know. Also, the Avenger, by the way, here. 199? It's cheaper than the battle cruisers. Boarding damage is good. 6 to 12. Lightning strike damage is increased. Hull is increased by 400. Shield increased by 50%. It lacks the frontal prow. 8 light macro. Light macro. Only 6 damage. Yeah. That said, it's pretty tanky, considering it's cheaper than the battlecruisers. Vengeance is 4 plasma, 4 heavy lance. Ooh. Ooh, that's tanky. Exorcist, 4 launch bays, 4 macro. 4 launch bays. Look at the Emperor over here. The Emperor only has 4, and that's the battleship. 2 heavy plasma. 3 heavy macro. That's a long way off. Right. I think we need to buy a cruiser. Unless we buy fixed defenses. If it's conquest, fixed defenses will definitely give us a buff. If we buy fixed defenses... we can get the upgrade on the mining world at the same time. I think that's what we'll do. Upgrade the mining world. Our income goes up by, what's that, 16? Get the defense platforms. And we're going to take this. It's going to be horrific. It's really going to be horrific. As in, I'm so worried about this fight. I think we'll win, but the question at the end of the day isn't whether we win, it's whether we can then go from this to being able to launch offensives of our own, because here's the issue, right? And I think I'm not a fan of this mechanic, is that as you get closer and closer to losing, the enemy attacks you more and more and more. And the consequence of that is the way to win the campaign is just to run hard and ignore everything else. Don't concern yourself too much with your systems. Don't concern yourself with the strategy element. Just run at the story missions really quick. Because it stops the enemy from bulking up, which is what we've seen here. The enemy's bulked up to basically maximum. Not quite with some of the Eldar here. It means that you're constantly defending against attacks, so you're constantly having to send your armies back to other sectors, so they can't all be in the Agrippina sector. And it means that you're losing more stuff. I think the way forwards that this sort of emphasizes is just run hard at the objectives and ignore everything else. Because, like, if we run at Amstel right now, we could take that. We're not sure what the actual mission is. Sadly, I think that's something that I'm not a fan of in the game as well. Is that, don't get me wrong, I love the game. This is like my 10th episode I'm recording in a row. But I think one of the issues is, going into the story missions, I have no idea what the story mission contains. And in a strategy, that's different from a tactical. If it's a tactical I'm going in and I don't know what it is, sure. I mean, lol, random, you know, I'll random a game, I don't care. If I'm going in a strategy, if I lose Spire, and apparently Spire's to go on every bloody mission, if I lose Spire, we lose the strategy game. End. So you can throw away an entire strategy game because you go into a story mission and you just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the composition is. And I think that's a problem. Like, obviously I can click on this and I can find out some of the details. But I don't know how strong your army is, navy. I don't know what the fleet is. I think the really good example of it was the battle we had at Nemesis Tessera, where we went in and, oh, well, you've got like, that must have been at least 1,200 points of Eldar, which at the time was a lot. Maybe more, maybe 1,500 or more. And you had to defend this half-health Dauntless light cruiser. That was tough. This, all it says is I have to put an end to some Drakari raids. I don't know what that means. Do I attack a defensive point? What's their fleet composition? I don't know. Where's the other one? Inactive reconstructed the war against the Demon Prince ended. Arbiter is now facing new threat. Drakari raiding parties, Inquisitor Darkhammer is thus urged to spy, take action against the Xenos slavers. Again, no information on what the actual fight is. Or what I should bring. So, that's just my my feedback on the game thus far. But for now, I think we're going to end the episode. I'm really not looking forward to this. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you have, like, subscribe, pray to the Machine God, the Emperor, maybe even Yvain the Dark Gods, whatever you got to do, right? Because we need an opening. We need a window. Minimum 3 turns. Minimum 3 turns where we can really get everyone together. Right now, we've left Nemesis Tessera completely undefended. There is, not completely, there is a light cruiser there. And it's not going to be able to stop anyone. It's a light cruiser. I also think that's, by the way, something I'd like to see. I'd like to see attacks from varying size forces instead of full force navy. Because it means I can have a variety of different size fleets for different roles. Right now, every fleet has to be max, because otherwise you're gonna die. But yeah, we need 3 turns. If we can get 3 turns, I think what we might do is if we can take this fight, and if we can take this fight without too much damage, I know, lol, 1,600 points or whatever, but if we can take this fight without too much damage, I might just go 1, 2, 3, bam, Amistel. Try and knock that one out of the park. Or maybe even boing boing. Upbitten. Maybe you can try doing both, which seems like a dumb idea because we don't have the forces for that. Probably just one of them. Which, again, I'm going to raise this point. I would like to be able to merge fleets, switch ships between fleets, that sort of thing. Because if we get one fleet here that's sort of damaged, another fleet that's sort of damaged, and we have to send a sort of damaged fleet, I'd rather be able to keep one fleet that's very damaged back at home and then take a very damaged fleet with me. That's something I think honestly is core in the strategy game that you need to be able to do, is you need to be able to merge and break your forces apart as needed. That is a very important part of any strategy game. It's a very important of any it's a very important part of any strategic landscape at all, even, you know, real warfare. I mean, you don't necessarily break apart individual units, but you certainly adjust your formations and which units are in each army groups or navy groups as time progresses. And I think that's something we need in this game, because otherwise I feel constrained by a mechanic that seems very arbitrary. And that's the worst time. If in a strategy game, if you feel constrained by an arbitrary mechanic in a strategy game, which tends to have some pretty set rules anyway, that doesn't feel so great. Either way, we're going to end here, and I'm prevaricating because I'm worried. You can tell. I tend to be like, I'm not going to hit the end turn button, even though it's just the end of an episode. Either way, that's just my thoughts so far. I thought it would be a good time to update since I haven't given too much feedback on the game in like 5 or 6 episodes. But for now, I've been EnterElysium. Stay shiny. Ah!